Hey, JJ here, and this is the Lens of Truth podcast, where we play through the oldies and modern goldies to give you our opinion. With nearly 100 years of gaming between all of us, we see how well these gems hold up in our eyes. With me today, we have...
Level 99 ATA.
Level 1 Zerovii.
And myself, JJ, and we're doing a little special one today. We were hitting the Nostalgia November kind of notes for this month, and I wanted to do a special one. I don't know. I feel a little like this is too much of my end, but I was like, you know what? These guys were here. I think we can talk about it. I think it's something that should be talked about, uh, despite it kind of coming and passing. And that is
Like, it is your project, but like this is a celebration of everything retro and past and like all these shared experiences. This was a whole long project to get to level 99. Get through it, but like it was more than just FF6. It was hanging out with people, it was sharing old memories, it was reminiscing, going down memory lane. So let's yeah.
yeah, it definitely was a greater thing. Like, so we're going to be talking about how I got to level 99 in the starting area of Final Fantasy VI, the Caves of Narshe. And a little context, a little background is we come from a website called Lulinks, formerly known as Lulinks. We won't get too much into that. But there was a video around that time that went super, super viral. That was done by Cybershell, right? Was he the one who did
Yes.
it?
Yes.
Yeah.
correct.
It sure was.
So, Cybershell also comes from our website, Lulinks, and he took a little bit of that lore and created a video that went insanely viral. And the premise of that video,
Our eagle-eyed viewers might be able to spot a little cameo by a certain fat dog avatar in one of the posts on there.
Yeah.
There's a Cybershell included a post by one ATI on there as he's flaming Dick Tree,
Yeah.
the infamous coward who could not reach level 99 on his own.
the villain,
Fired this entire journey.
he was the villain. And yeah, your post and avatar were in that video from Cybershell. So it was kind of cool. If you don't know what that is, a quick rundown is this guy Dick Tree said he could grind to level 99 in Final Fantasy
Dick
7
Tree.
was it?
Fuck Dick Tree.
Yeah, fuck Dick Tree.
I was like, oh, did I get his name wrong? But no, fuck Dick Tree, honestly. But yeah, he said how easy it would be to get to level 99 in the starting reactor of Final Fantasy VII. He said it would be cakewalk. He said it'd be done in no time at all. Well, it turns out it takes a lot of mental fortitude. It takes a lot of time, a lot of patience, and you kind of want to go insane doing it. So he didn't follow through, and the savior, Circle Master, said, you know what? If you're not doing it, I'm doing it. And he did it. And everyone celebrated, everyone cheered, they clapped, they cried. Is everything. That's the
During the entire saga, Dick Tree kept making excuses saying why he couldn't keep grinding or this or that, or his USB cable was in the shower and he couldn't get it. He had to upload it later. None of that. Nobody was buying it. Circle Master stepped up. He showed us what real fortitude and willpower looked like. And that eventually led to yourself, JJ, being inspired to become the man who not has grinded one level in 100 caves. Fear not that man, but the man who has grinded 100 levels in one cave, become a true master of the beginning cave of Final Fantasy VI.
that is where we lived for 6. Okay, so going back to a little bit of that it was peak COVID, and I saw that video, and I thought, you know what? I'm from this website. I know these people. I'm going through a breakup right now. You can't leave the house, really. It's COVID, so why not just start grinding in level 90, in the caves of Narshe till level
Yeah, like
99.
what inspired you specifically? So we all know that we went through the Circle Master saga. I mean, we were posting through it even before that video, years before that video came out.
Years.
That was just like part of our culture on that website. I was one of the people who started that whole fuck dick tree thing. So it's kind of like a weird little personal baby to me. It feels like I
You were a
kind of
part
helped
of it.
birth that like rivalry between Circle Master and Dictory a little bit. So it's what so you seeing that, what made you decide specifically FF6? Was it just like, I wonder what other FFs there are where you can do this in the beginning area where it's like not a like total cakewalk, or if like it's totally possible? Like, what made you pick this out of everything in the world you could have done?
So Final Fantasy VI has always been a very, very special game. And I decided that, you know what? If someone did 7, I feel like 6 deserves it too. There's always this war in the Final Fantasy community. It's an unspoken war. Maybe it's more spoken. But it's always 6 versus 7. There are others in the running, but you have very vocal 6 fans and very vocal
Especially back
7.
in the day. Like, you got
Yeah.
to understand, back in the day, it was that war between 2D and 3D, and like which one's pure Final Fantasy and this and that.
And I wanted to, give 6 its love. 7 was getting all this love. I was seeing, dating, whatever, a Final Fantasy like Twitch streamer at the time. So I won't say it like me talking to them like gave me a resurgence in my love for the series, because I've always loved the series before and after. Uh, but I was in a competitive mindset a little bit with them, because before the grind in the caves of Narshe, I got about 1,600 jump ropes in FF9, and me and her were competing because she was desperately trying to get it, and I told her, like, I was like, yeah, I did this like 15 years ago, like, let me do this. So it started off with me just being like playfully like competitive with someone who I was somewhat close to, and then words were thrown around. People said, like, you're so inconsistent, blah blah blah, and I said, with someone inconsistent, Ryan to level 99 in the caves of Narshe. That was like the basic like seedlings of it. I didn't do it like out of like unrequited love, like, oh, I'm gonna show you. It was just more like, all
And none
right.
of that lame stuff. Again, spite is the strongest motivator in the
Yeah,
universe.
it was a little bit of spite, and just to like do something like significant. So like all throughout my life, I guess this is a little bit more of a background too, like all throughout my gaming career, if you want to call it career, I've always done insane stuff. I have had 4 like world records in various games. I pioneered low tier strategies in a guns the duel using the dagger. Uh, I got 5th at an MLG, and it was my first outside tournament of like my region and area. Just recently, I played Baldur's Sky survival mode, and I'm the only person that has a non-save scum 1 segment run of survival mode Baldur's Sky version 1. I've done no hit runs in Trinity modes for Resident Evil like Revelations Raid. I've just
You got
always
like
always
random world records of like Ghostbusters or like some Bugs Bunny game on
yeah.
NES. It's just like random shit. I would call that a career. Maybe not like a like dedicated career, because you weren't like subsisting your entire income off of it, but like you got paid from it. You have accomplishments. It's something that you had to work and grind for. That's the point. I would say you are a careered gamer accomplisher at
A
this
little
point.
hidden boss, you topping leaderboards and fighting games, not the most popular ones, but I did hit high master in just a month of grinding, which it takes years apparently because people don't believe me. So I've always pushed the envelope, and I was like, what could I do during COVID? Like, what's something that's truly like one of a kind because I'm always trying to push the boundaries. I'm trying to go off meta. I'm trying to play games in ways other people don't and finding success. Years later, the meta kind of evolves around what I was doing 6 years in the past, and everyone said it was crazy. So I don't know. I always try and push the envelope, and I really truly felt that Final Fantasy VI as like, again, talking about content creation and stuff, like I felt it would be a good show. Like I said, you know what? Everyone's at home. No one's doing anything. Maybe they'll tune in and hang out and watch some guy grind in the caves of Narshe in the starting area. And it is a little bit of a one up on the Final Fantasy VII run because there's 3 characters as opposed to 2. So now my experience is being split by 3 people instead of 2. It just felt like I was one upping a whole bunch of stuff. Like it really was just like this it was supposed to be a magnum opus. But I didn't.
Can we briefly just talk about the leveling experience curve? I don't think we brushed on that yet. I believe that they are similar in 7 and 6,
very,
where
very
it's like
similar.
you get like level 50 or something, and it's like kind of a gradual increase of experience required to the next level. It like increases at a gradual rate, and then it starts getting exponential gains where it's
insane.
like, okay, to get to level like I'm making these numbers up in my head. To get to level 55, it's going to take all of the experience it took to level 54 to level up once.
Yes.
Like that kind of exponential gain. And it just keeps adding and adding. So like the idea of getting to 99 was like, this was a 2.5 year project, people. So this is like, you weren't doing this like once a week. You were pretty much streaming every single day.
No,
every single day.
I didn't miss a day.
Yeah, it's not pretty much. You did. Yeah. Go on.
No, I was just going to say, I didn't miss a day for 622 days straight. That was me being an area manager for, a company that the job description is somewhat physical. So even after my hardest days of just being in the rain and
always, you
40
never
carts,
took a day off.
Not once. I might have only streamed for 30 minutes some days. I might have only streamed for an hour some days.
But think of all the things in your daily life that you do every single day for 600 days straight. How many can you think of that you put in at least half an hour every day into?
Other than smoking weed at the time, not much. And there were days where I didn't want to do it. I was just like, this was supposed to be a one-up of the century. Like, I was supposed to show I am super consistent. I was going to show I do stuff that no one else does. I was one-upping Circle Master and Dick Tree. I was not taking a day off. This was all compounded by so many factors. And to top it all off, as we started growing the stream a bit, spending more time doing stuff like that, I was maybe within a month or just a few weeks, I was slowly going insane, because as anyone would. And I said, you know what? Let me learn how to play games with my other hand. So while I'm grinding, I can be doing other stuff. And that was when it really felt special.
It really became its own thing because you were like, okay, I could just sit here and do this monotonous thing that I am so accustomed to at this point, or I can try to progress myself.
Again, it's the one up my mentality. I tried to one up myself into oblivion, and I learned how to play games with one hand. But that wasn't enough. I wanted to play games really well with one hand, and it's for anyone who's ever played games with one hand, it's kind of hard. It's challenging. But to do it while also doing something else, it's kind of like rubbing your head and patting your stomach or whatever, patting your head, rubbing your stomach. Like, it seems easy on paper, but then you try and do it and you kind of get tripped up for a little bit until you learn how to do it. It's a quick learning curve, might take a minute. But
But
I
you're
was
also controlling FF6 at the same time, mind you. Don't forget, it's not just one hand on the other controller. Like,
yeah,
you don't have
lit
full attention to FF6. It's a turn-based game. You're just going up and down the same tiles and like auto battling, but like you do have to keep that up. So it is that padding your belly while you're doing this crazy other stuff.
yeah, and it was getting me sick at first. Like the way I was splitting my I was like splitting my attention between the two, not quite crossing my eyes, but like I had to like I had to focus on both because you don't want to lose too much time by not grinding and playing with the one hand. Like you just want to be in sync the whole time. And I kind of, ran with that, and we just had an eclectic bunch of people coming in. It never quite hit content creation mode because, as you can tell from listening to this podcast, I'm not the most social media guy. I'm not the most let me make a narrative to like catch
No, you're
people
just
in.
living. It's whatever happens to be the energy of the day. You're like, huh, well, this is what's happening today. If anyone's there and they caught lightning in a bottle for that special little stream that'll never be seen again. Maybe it was like Zero. I want you to maybe expand on some of this. You were there as a participant and viewer for a lot of this, especially the early streams. Tell us some of the some of the things you got up to in the stream and some of the things that went on in there.
Oh my god, where do we even start? I think the most infamous one is the Mega Man 3 speedrunning arc, where while also grinding FF6, he's also trying to speedrun Mega Man 3 with one hand and actually succeeded at it. But however, JJ's stream layout is a very unique thing. I would call it friend's older
Mural.
brother's bedroom core, in that it's just wall to wall, for lack of a better term, posters or just random things.
A
Yeah,
collage.
it's like clip
Yeah,
outs of
collage.
everything. I did a little fan art of the mouse that you fight in the caves in FF6 for you because I knew you'd be seeing him a lot. I think I drew that in like the first week or something for you, and he was there till the last day. So right on, little mouse.
I'm pretty sure he's still there. He's just underneath everything now.
Yep. I'm actually
Yeah, there's a
showing
lot
it.
of stuff under that rug.
I'm actually showing it right now. So if anyone wanted to peep the insane layout, this was built by everyone. Like everyone who came in, said, "Hey, can we put this here? Hey, can we put that here?" And it just became this collection of just the weirdest. It has my Final Fantasy VII painting I did of Cloud. It has the biker guy from Mega Man X2. It's got PS2 with a weed stash. It's got the SMT
In the
guy.
expansion bay, everyone did it.
It's got a little Goomba from the Mario movie. There's just a lot
so
to
much to
look
look
at.
in there. There's something for everyone in here, and like you look around at this collage and just be like, oh, here's a little memory. Oh, here's a little piece of you. Oh, here's something that's meant to you, and it's just like this nice little messy wall of memories that added time. Man, 2.5 years of memory building.
Yeah.
I still can't believe you actually got like a very decent Mega Man 3 down with one hand. That's still insane to me.
It didn't get accepted. I think you were going to get to this point. My collage and energy of the stream was anything went. We weren't very PC, but
No, not
we
at all.
kept it civil. Like we weren't saying the N word, and like we weren't we
Well,
weren't.
Like
Go on.
sometimes there's like streams. I didn't mean to be like, no, but sometimes we did. No, we didn't say the N-word.
Yeah, no, we didn't say it, but there were things we watched that may
Oh
have
god.
tapered into that.
Yeah,
There are streams where like you go on eBay and you look for like Pez heads that were like recreations of like
and that's in that
actors,
collage.
realistic heads.
The Bruce
like
Willis
little
collage,
Bruce
yeah.
Willis Pez head, disgusting little things.
Yeah, so we did have to again pass time. There were days where I didn't. Again, this was 622 days straight. So there were days where I was like, you know what, I don't want to play anything. Let's put on a movie. Let's put on a TV show. We watched entire series, and that's another reason why this would never get monetized or content created, because so much of this was outside of just the Final Fantasy VI stream. You know, there were times where I was watching the entire series of The Critic, or just watching random episodes of the most random shows that people would say, "Hey, can you put this on? Can we watch this?" And then we got into Italian Mad Max spin-offs, which
Oh my god,
Zero fondly remember.
I saw one of them, and that was a fucking trip. That's gonna stick with me for a while, I think.
And then I bought the vinyl the next day. But yeah, the guy gets violated. Like the main protagonist gets captured by the antagonist, and it's Mad Max world. So the protag is just standing there in chains, and the antagonist like just completely violates him from behind. And we're all watching this at 3 a.m, just being like, "What the?"
They were all like, "What the? Why the fuck did it do this? There's the fine movie until this point. What the fuck?"
Yeah, hey, no better way to assert dominance than doing that in front of your Mad Max crowd. Yeah, there was no corner of the internet that was off limits, and that was for better or for worse. You know,
but it all seeped into this singular experience, and it all like the terror was sitting there on the sides through all of it. So it's like all these weird little movies and experiences and different things all accumulate into the FF6 memory of this thing, and it's more than just this one game. It was so many things.
Shoutouts to the girl in the corner, the DDR mini boss from Brave Fencer Musashi.
Yeah,
From
Topo.
the time when JJ played that.
Yeah, I love my Topo's dance groove. But yeah, I got 5th for the Mega Man 3 Anniversary Collection, like time-wise. It was 5th. It was for the Mega Man Anniversary Collection GameCube version. And I tried to submit it, but the guy was like, "Oh, we don't do emulators, and also your stream's kind of weird." he's like,
kind of weird.
He's like, I don't know what's really going on here. Like, and I was
I
like,
should have accounted for something.
yeah, I was like, "You're all bitches, Mega Man speedrun community. You're all
in my
bitches."
own category,
right? One-handed category. Yeah, I got really confident.
If any of you MM3 leaderboard gatekeepers are out there listening, free my man. He should be number 1 just for being the one-handed god.
I should get the handicap.
Just censor the rest of it. Just censor the rest of the stream layout. It'll be fine.
Yeah, right. But
or just don't be cowards. Just show it all. Fuck it.
Let it be. Let it be. The emulator probably was the biggest boon. Because I was playing on Dolphin, but honestly, I probably lost frames. Like, I probably would have had a faster time, but sure, whatever.
I mean, the way you and I have documented Dolphin and all the different settings and versions of that, I wouldn't be surprised if you had like the most accurate emulation of that ever.
We're the Dolphin doctors. But yeah,
you played Dark Souls for the first time, one-handed.
Before we get into that, though, I want to highlight the GameCube controller, best controller to use one-handed. Now, I don't know how to explain it in a way that's going to make sense, but if you put the controller on your like thigh, you can kind of use your index finger, or middle finger rather, to like put it through that middle loop of the the GameCube controller between the D-pad and the C-stick, and that kind of gives you like a weird stability. So then you can use your thumb, you can use your pointer finger, and then you can use your ring finger and pinky to literally hit everything you need. Like, it feels good. It, like, uses
Iwata
controller.
is such a god. He totally meant for this controller to do that. He designed it with this in mind. He's like, finally, someone did it. From beyond the grave, he was smiling down at you.
Aw.
Gamers at home, I want you to make note that Jay has been using the GameCube controller for like the last 20 years of his life.
25,
I think
maybe.
it's practically an extension of his hand at this point.
Yeah, I do have more.
He's right, but still.
I do have more use with this controller than probably any controller ever, and that's saying a lot considering I was playing NES out of the womb, and Super Nintendo, and N64, and so on, and so on, and so on. But to get into the games now that ATI was getting into, I have my list. We'll list a bunch, and then we'll dig a little bit deeper into the other stuff. So.
Just right before you get into that, speaking of GameCube controllers, also shout out to the Donkey Konga controller being your foot pedal.
Oh yeah, I use that as my quick mute, mute unmute. It was my foot pedal. I used it for the auxiliary.
There was no waste. You were like sucking the marrow out of bones here after the kill. Like you had every limb firing. You couldn't like waste your body. You had grind to get through.
Right? Like I had to optimize this. I couldn't be doing there were times when I first started the grind, maybe for the first like 3 months, I was doing like almost 10-hour day. I was on manic energy where I was like just doing 10-hour days of grinding and I was like
I mean, those COVID
optimistic.
years too. Yeah.
Yeah, too. That honestly, that was it. I was just like, you know what? If I could keep up this consistency, I could be done in by the end of next year. No,
Oh, how little you
yeah,
knew,
no,
you
that.
poor ignorant
Ugh.
soul.
So yes, so some games that I'll skip some of the point and click games because come on, let's be real. That's not like
Yeah,
anything
that's kind of
special.
cheating. Yeah, let's
Uh,
let's hear some of these. Let's rattle these
so
off.
we got Battletoads and Double Dragons for the Super Nintendo. Not the hardest Battletoads game, but a lot of people have a lot of trouble with it. It's a pretty tough kind of little beat 'em up that a lot of people just kind of pitter out around stage 3. But I fought hard. We had Brave Fencer Musashi, which we referenced earlier. Love the game. Amazing PS1 era. Bubble Bobble got the happy ending, so that means I did the extra stages. We did Aria of Sorrow, Castlevania. We did All Souls and 100% map clear. We did Castlevania Circle of the Moon. We did Castlevania Vampire's Kiss, which is just a fancy way of saying the Rondo Blood, but Vampire's Kiss sounds so much better. We did Chippendale Rescue Rangers, Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon, Chrono Cross Remaster, Darius Twin 1cc complete run. I have that actually on my YouTube, just one of like a random 1cc run that I have. Dark Souls as ATI. Let's simmer a little bit on this because ABU controllers don't have all the buttons that modern controllers have.
Yeah,
So
you're missing a one of the trigger buttons
I'm
at
missing
least.
missing the L3s too, like when you impress the
Yeah,
joystick.
you
Like
can't click your sticks. You don't have an L1,
no,
so you're kind of
no
just
select
swinging around here.
button, nothing. I couldn't even make the select button like a random button. There's
Maybe
nothing.
the world's first GameCube controller Dark Souls clear. I don't know. I'm not going to
Could
make that
be,
claim, but
could be.
also,
People were telling me to
wouldn't put
parry,
that.
and I'm like, I can't. I don't have it
I
mapped.
literally can't.
It's not mapped. Ornstein and Smog. I'm probably butchering their names, but that was tough. Just being able to like move and stick with it. Like I was
You
randomly.
get to pronounce those names however you want after you did that.
I'll
You earned it, buddy.
always pronounce it wrong. But like people thought I was trolling when I was playing because I'd be in Blight Town, I think. That's with the trees and the poison, right?
Right.
And I would just randomly fall off the cliff, and people were like, "Oh, he's doing some crazy speedrun strat." I'm like, "No, I can't control." Like the fact people thought that highly, it was like insane, but also I was like, "Aw, that's nice of
Yeah, like
you."
try moving and camera controlling and claw
Yeah.
controlling Dark Souls with one hand. I
I
dare you
I
guys.
I want to say like when I'm playing like Pokemon ZA and I was being lazy, I just used one hand, and that's fucking hard. And that's Pokemon. That's an easy game to move in.
Yeah, you're not gonna get murdered by some. I mean, you might. I didn't play ZA too much. I saw some good clips where they get mauled in the alpha areas or whatever. But like,
Yeah, they're
you
fun,
have time to
but
think.
what
You
the
have
fuck?
time to breathe. It's like it's a different kind of survival mode that your body goes into when you're playing the two. So yeah, the camera controls again. You have such good motion with the GameCube controller that you can do that stuff. It just it's not easy. It takes time. So Dark Souls, that was big. That was the Darius Twin 1cc, Dark Souls. We did Donkey Kong Country 2, Donkey Kong Country 3. We did Evolution Eternal Dungeon, which is a random Neo Geo Pocket Color
You
evolution
did a
game.
bunch of other FFs at the same time.
Yep.
100% pixel remaster
Yes.
achievements.
Yeah,
Just
and they were
grind it
gimmicks.
through.
They were gimmicks too. I did 4 monks only, 4 red mages. Like so, for Final Fantasy 1, I did 4 monks only. I did 100% Chivo, FF2 100%, FF3 100%, and only used 4 red mages. FF5 100%, FF6 like I literally went through. I was playing FF6 while I was grinding in FF6. Like it's just absurd when I look back on it in this kind of way. Like I didn't even really consider that.
Those kind of moments where it's like you're like, oh, I have so much time that I can play through this entire game that I'm grinding normally while I'm still grinding. It became such a self-referential like insanity hole where it's like anything went in there and like it felt like a very unique pocket of time for you getting all this stuff done. You played like every mainline Mega Man game. You played a bunch of Mega Man X's. Like the amount of stuff that went on in there and just to completion too. It's not like you tried a bunch of these games and moved on. All these games you listed, like these are 100% completions or like beaten to like
challenge runs of some
fullness.
kind.
It's crazy.
We played God, the Growth or Devour, like that Super Nintendo RPG. Like I have fond memories of discovering that RPG and just being blown away. I was like, this is like Earthbound, but I've never played it. And it's like 3 a.m, and we have some stragglers in chat, and Dustin's trying to play pool with the best pool player in the world, and Montanez is having 18 kids in the span. Like, yeah, I met Moody.
Children of the Mines.
They were the children of the mines. They were born as I started and as I ended. They were still coming out. Like it was crazy. We did Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 1. Yo, shout outs to Neptunia. I don't care how much of a gooner game that is. It tickles me so well. I'm sorry.
I have to admit, watching you play Neptunia makes me want to play Neptunia.
It's
I want to go
so
back to God really quick.
Yeah.
One, to finish up the Moody thing, but also, as I mentioned, the reoccurring Bat Boss, whose theme song sounds like Smoke on the Water.
Yeah, that was so
very,
good.
like, very plagiaristically. Yeah, apparently this game was remade for like Saturn at some point or something.
I think
and it still has
PS1.
that theme. Yeah, something like that. And that theme is still there.
That's
so like
so
they got
good.
away with it like 3 times.
They
It's
knew what
fucking
they were
hat trick.
doing. They knew what they were doing. But yeah, we just met so many random people that came through, and like they would recommend game. You know, Moody Robo, he amazing musician, dude, is constantly pumping out stuff. He was always just like, hey, maybe you should play this random RPG, or maybe you should play this, or yeah, I'm down to watch you play Star Fox 64 again for the 20th time, like in the stream time.
It was
Like,
just no matter what you did, it was like a unique hangout experience with like this special energy because there was like there's always something ticking upwards in the background. There's always a little bit of progress, but it's also like, all right, we're progressing, so now we can like do something weird on the side. But like there wasn't there's not like thoughtful intent to like trying to be weird. It's just that you let things happen. You were like a natural receptive force to all this cool shit.
and they came from far and wide for it. Like it was weird.
You
They
just
would
put
bring
those
the weird
antennas up.
energy. Like the weirdos weep, and I say this with love. We're all weirdos.
We
But
love the weirdos
this
here.
would
That's what
attract-
gives life just uniqueness. That's what gives flavor. We love the weird here.
Yeah, and it would attract the craziest. I think you had a thought, Zero. You're trying to squeeze something in.
I did, but I realized it's probably better off for later when we're done with the games. Because I was
Fair
thinking
enough.
of something for more when you're watching shows.
Fair enough. So, Mega Man 1, 2, 3. My PB was 3858, one-handed. Not bad. Not bad at all. I'll toot my own horn with that one. I'm back. Like I didn't
Then I can do it
realize.
too.
I didn't even realize it was in the 30s. I thought it was 40s. But we had Mega Man 4, 5, 6. I skipped 7. I hate that game. 8, 9. We have X, X2, X3, X4, X5, Monster Rancher. We did Nights into Dreams, all A ranks with Elliot and Claire. We did Resident Evil 1 remake, knife only. Resident Evil 2, knife only. Resident Evil 3, knife only. Code Veronica, knife only. Resident Evil 7, third person mod, knife only on the hardest difficulty. Like
Let's roll up real quick. So why knife only on top of one hand?
because this whole list is honestly like my list of games I love. Like these are games I know like the back of my hand. They're my desert island games. I just love every single game we listed. Yeah, there's a few randoms in there that like, you know, I'm not that intimate with. But like, I know Resident Evil like the back of my hand, and I know I could. And there were times when I did like. This stream is so long that I did beat Resident Evil 1 remake without the knife. Like if we listed the amount of times I replayed these games on stream, the list would be like it would say Resident Evil times like 12, you know. And at a certain point I'm just like, you know what? I could do knife only with two hands. Why not one hand? And yeah, I mean, I developed my strategies, I developed my patience. I had to change the button to make aiming the X button on the GameCube controller instead of the trigger because you couldn't like really move around that way. So I just it was something I really thought about and I felt strongly about, and I was just like, you know what? I think we could do this. I'm confident enough in my Resident Evil skills.
Yeah,
7
and
was
you
wild.
finding just new ways to play these games. That's kind of the recurring theme here, just finding new ways to enjoy all these things. What
Yeah.
about Resident Evil 7?
I'm not too
Yeah, the
familiar
third
with
person mod too.
yeah, that was janky, but I'm not too familiar with that game. So doing knife only in third person, there were times when I was just like, I was like, what am I doing? Like, I don't know this game that well. I'm just swinging for the fences, but like, you have this mental fortitude where you're just like, I have all this time. Like, let me figure it
Yeah,
out.
you will find a way. It's like there has to be a way for you to like navigate this game and like achieve this goal. And you had all the times you're like, okay, I will figure it out. And you are specifically a strong gamer. I'm giving this endorsement. I don't give this lightly. This guy is a strong gamer. To
I'm a
go through with
gamer.
all this stuff, yeah, finding all these ways and just being determined enough to not quit. That goes so long, and it's an accomplishment in itself. Just all these side things and uh, pursuit of your main goal of getting level 99. It's nuts. It's really an inspiration.
Yeah, it was like the cherry on top for the sundae that was already drenched in chocolate and peanuts and like there's
Yeah, just
little
constantly
waffle cone
pouring
bites. Yeah.
sprinkles and
I was like, how can I one up this? How can I make this truly unique and meaningful? It's like if someone ever does the FF6 challenge, they're gonna be more it's gonna get traction. Like I'm gonna have to go into that chat and be like, "You're not the first, by the way." Like,
yeah.
just Google. Like, like it's gonna happen. But no one.
It's already happened. I've seen a few of them pop up where
They've been
it's
trying.
they either done
They-
it since or
They never. They. I don't think they follow. Anyone has followed through yet. For the complete 99, like they usually pitter out, or they'll do like one character. Like they'll kill off Biggs and Wedge, and then just do Terra. And it's just like, well, that's 1/3 of what I did. Like, that's so
That's
it's
cheating.
Yeah, because
weird.
every party member shares the experience. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
So when you have one character alive and the two others dead, the one character gets all that experience. Otherwise, it is split up three
Yeah.
ways, and it literally takes 3 times as long.
Fucking EXP stealers, man.
They're cheaters, only for them to die after the cutscene. But we had Resonance of Fate or End of Eternity. If you're from Japan, amazing game. I recommend everyone play that. We got SNK versus Capcom, the Card Fighters games. I did both versions. Star Fox 64, Mario World, Mario Bros. 2, 3, RPG, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Sonic Adventure, Super Star Soldier, Sword of Vermilion, Ys, Oath of Felghana, Nightmare Mode, one-handed. That was pretty damn
Insane.
like
That was insane.
I
That
still have
game's hard as fuck on
flashbacks.
Nightmare.
I still have
I-
flashbacks.
I tried that casually, and like the first boss bodied me. I almost
is a
beat him once, and
grinder's
like
game.
that was the best I got. And I was like, I don't have this in me right now.
I was like, I'm gonna treat this as a shoot 'em up. Like it's gonna be a bullet hell. I'm gonna get my ass kicked over and over and over, but it's just like we're here. You know, to lose you have to win. I truly like. I want that tattoo on me. Like to lose you have to win. Like or to win you have to lose. Like I truly believe that. Like I had to die a million
It takes
times.
such a disciplined mind. Like it can't be stated enough how disciplined you have to be to see these things through and just like, okay, I'm in it for the long haul. I'm going to lose and I have to lose to learn, like you said. And you cannot be faltering in your mindset at all. You had a goal in mind and you really stuck to it.
Yeah, I
And that's
flat
what it
out.
takes for a lot of these.
Yeah, I mean that's what it takes really to do like anything you set your mind to. It's just kind of
Yeah.
like, don't count your chicks before they hatch. Don't get too depressed because there were days where I was just like, I would realize what I was in. It was like it was almost like I was hiking the Oregon Trail, and I got midway on the Oregon Trail, and that was when fear started setting in. Not at the beginning, not at the end. It was right in the middle, and that's the hardest part because you're in the middle. You can go right back at the start and say I'm done, but then you've lost all that time, or you can spend that time going forward, but you're still going to lose a chunk of time. It was like no matter what I was doing, I was losing like a big chunk of time. And the best way to make that time worth it was picking up games with my other hand or befriending, the whoever came through and like remembering their birthdays and like really kind of making it a meaningful experience. Like you guys are part of the Mines too. Like we're all in this together, and you so many like Zero, Firefly, Lemon, Dustin, Montanez. There's just like a whole handful of people. You guys were there often. Like, and if I was just doing it alone every single day, like that would have been like a mind, like that would have destroyed my mind. But there were so Benji was in it. Like there was just so many people that were coming in and out, even just to pop in. Some people would just be like, "Oh, just checking. Oh, you're still at level 92. You've been on level 92 for a month." Like it was just
Yeah, there were
crazy.
days when I would see you streaming and like I would only have a minute, but I would just want to pop in and be like, "Hey, see you're still going. Hope you're having fun and everything." And right on. And I would just pop out. It was just a
Yep.
quickie, popping my head in, and see what was up.
I
Yeah,
would
It was
just
a nice
pop.
comfort to know that you were like always going to be there every day. So as a consumer, it was very
Right.
nice.
Yeah, I would just pop it over my other monitor and just see what madness emerged from the stream today.
It was like one of those like 24/7 late night TV show channels where it's like you don't know what you're gonna end up seeing. Like if you're watching a bunch of like random old commercials, even or like what random collection you're gonna see. It's like every time I opened that stream, it was something new. And like yeah, or unless it was like one of your extended grinds, but even that was a treat. It's like every day you're like at a different progress point in one of these grinds. You're like part way into your Mega Man PB or this or that, and like you're working at something, and it's like it was always really nice to pop in and see that little progress.
Yeah, that late night TV analogy you kind of made is like exactly how I remember it, because I remember specifically like on my nights off, I would just be up till like 3 or 4 in the morning, and we would go down these rabbit holes. Like there were times where I was playing a game, streaming the grind, and in another corner was like a TV show that was playing or a
There was
movie.
so much.
There was images within images within images, and like there were people that would flat out come in and just be like, they thought I that it was automated. Like there were so many people for a long time who would pop in and just be like, "Oh, is the FF6 screen just automated?" I'm like, "No, I'm playing both of these games with each hand," and they're just like, "What?" And I would have to pop out like a hand cam real quick. Like it wasn't always on, but because that again, 622 days seeing my gross hands, like it was. I was not doing that all day every
That
day.
would have been a nice little progress pic of seeing the controller at first and seeing the gamer gunk on it at the end.
Disgusting by the end of
Is
it.
that a legitimate question? Because I don't know, like when the bit challenges actually came in. When did the point challenges start to come into your channel? Was that before the FF6 grind, or was that an answer to people thinking it was automated?
No, that the bits and stuff was actually like I hit affiliate, um, like a few weeks before the grind. Again, that was more of the competition I had with the person I was like seeing and talking to. They were just like, "Why don't you get it?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I don't even interact with my chat." There were when I would stream on the early days of Twitch. And I'm talking. This is a long time. If you look at how old my JJmini, my Twitch account is. I've been streaming since like 2010, and I'm actually amazed that I've had my follower count just stay at 100 and something. Like it's almost impressive to see no growth because I'm probably so buried in the algorithm. I'm probably such an old account that like I don't ever pop up unless, and then the games I play don't help either. I'm playing Grendize.
Bezos banished your ass as soon as he saw all the multimedia. He's like, I can't be I get discovered.
Yeah, we can't have him unleash the spell. But like even the games I play now are like I'm playing Totally Spies and Grendize, or like
on Wii or whatever.
Yeah, like it's not. I'm not in it for growth, but it is crazy how like old my account is, and even way back in the day, I wouldn't even like I would ban people who would talk in chat because I would have an AOL Instant Messenger up of my 3 friends, and that was my chat room. And then they would randomly be like, "There's someone in chat trying to talk," and I would just be like really rude and mean to them just to play up the bit, just to be like, "Why the fuck are you here? Get out of here! No one's talking to you." Like it was this weird.
This is our clubhouse.
Exactly. I never took it serious, but she was like, "Well, how come you're not affiliate?" I was like, "I literally never tried," and within like a month, I guess that's how long it takes for them to evaluate you. They were like, "Oh yeah, you pass." Like. Again, it was just sparked on by her just being, like, "Oh, I'm an affiliate. I'm going to be partner sued. Why don't you?" And I'm like, it's not something I care about, but if you insist.
But you ended up doing it. You ended up getting people to be able to subscribe to your channel. You got some subscriptions going on. It's not like life-changing career stuff, but it's like you did it. You set out to do it. And you got it done.
Yeah, just one of the many goals. Like I have about 8 subscribers that have been subscribed for 60 months. Like Zerovii being one of them. Like so grateful for like his support and his encouragement and his input and his energy. Like seeing that 60 months is crazy. Like that's like 5 years. Like like it's wild to think how long this has all been kind of going on, and how long it's been since the grind. Because I started in I believe like August or September of like 2020. I think it was September 2020, and then I didn't end until like May of 2022. Like there's whatever 622 days equals out to after all that. But it was just like an insane mental thing to like continuously do every single day and keep trying to one up myself. Like I keep saying it, but like it wasn't enough to just do the grind. I had to do challenges.
There was more on top of it. Like you could see so many people that would try to emulate this kind of challenge in the future. I can only imagine them just like only focusing on the game or like maybe talking at the same time. But like I just can't see this being recreated the way you did.
I can actually talk about this because I kind of tried to start something similar. I was gonna fish up every fish for my fishing log in 14. And I set up in a similar way. Where I was just
Final Fantasy 14, by the way.
Yeah, great community, by the way. Whatever fucking meme you want to do, I hate that game. Anyway,
FF7 reference.
Yeah, FF7 reference. Let's
go. Oh, don't worry, I'll get to my FF7 reference soon. Don't you wait.
And I was just like watching long plays of other games in the corner while doing it. It was fun. I did it for a while, but then like JJ said, nobody was coming in to talk, and I was just losing my mind. And at a point, I was getting to where the fish were just up so rarely that I couldn't actually make a fucking stream out of it.
Yeah, and you just need to entertain yourself because a lot of those times, I'm sure you were just streaming in silence, JJ. Like, there's not always going to be someone there, but like you went live and you were still doing your thing. So
yeah, there were stretches of solitude and isolation, and it was weird too because I was streaming from the FF6 like channel itself. So literally anyone and like the speedrunners, like they would just see this weird channel like always there. Like I even remember like popping into some adjacent channels and like people would even be talking about me, like being like, "Oh, he's that weird guy that's like that grind, and I'm like, yeah, I guess that's one way to put it. Like, I wasn't even interacting. Someone would just bring it up and be like, "You see that JJ guy doing the FF6?" Like, it was like a weird notoriety, like almost infamous. People were confused. People like, and it just goes
You're
to
like a
show.
cryptid.
What was that?
You're like a cryptid. Like
Essentially,
in all these clean and proper FF6 channels, there was you.
just a mess doing crazy stuff that people couldn't even
It
process.
was amazing.
The Lavos of RPG challengers rising from the earth and being an abomination that people can't even properly conceive.
Pretty much, and that does go to show you how far a narrative will go. Because Cybershell crafted one so perfectly with the FF7 one, and it's just like without a proper narrative on my end, people just saw it as madness or confusion because they were just like, "What is going on here? Is that an automated FF6?" Like they,
It was like the need for context where like it wasn't really the point of it wasn't really the context of your stream, but like people need that for the narrative. Like if they knew what inspired you to do it, it would like they would have a different view of it, I guess. But like also at the same time, that wasn't really important. We were just kind of there for the moment to moment.
yeah, and
Weird way.
I couldn't save VODs. If I saved VODs, I would have needed like 1,500 like hard drives to upload and organize, and like again, I was working full time. I was like doing other stuff in life, like having to eat and shower and clean and take care of stuff, and like I had a cat that was dying. Like I wouldn't have been able to do VODs and like it was really just like in that moment, and I was okay with that. Um, because near the end of it, like there was a lot of people that came through for support for that, like those final days where it was just like Lulinks came through, random discords I was in came through. Like it was fun to see like all that hit ahead. Like my boy John the engineer donating $100 and then immediately having to go to the ER. Like it was
Yeah,
such
his priorities. It's like, all right, I got you. All right, I'm out of here.
yeah
Gotta go.
and dude, I love John the engineer. I haven't heard from him in so long, but like he was always in there. He like was always so you could tell just by talking to him that he was like this frugal kind of like guy. But then like at the end of it, he's like, "Here, this is for you." And I was just like, like
It all built up and the payoff was there.
yeah,
Beautiful.
like you didn't subscribe once. You're always telling me how like money is this and that, and like you could tell he was like this money guy, who wasn't like super like generous, but like he just came in every day, not every day, but came in often, and like that was just a beautiful little surprise. Like my brain didn't even consider like his he donated it in bits. Like I didn't ever see that much bits, so I thought it was like $10. And I was like, afterwards, I was like, oh, okay, thank you. And then he's like, sorry, I had to leave. I was in the emergency room. I was like, Jesus Christ, this is crazy. Like it was
The point
truly
is, like, your deed just touched people and it inspired people.
yeah,
You did
like
it in a way where it like made people feel things more than just like, oh, that's a neat challenge.
yeah. I mean,
Is
they got
really
to know me. Like it was very again, it was intimate. It never had like a billion people up until the end. There was like 100 and something or whatever. But it was like never. It was never like we were breaking like 25, 30. Like there'd be some good days where you'd see this, but it was mostly just like I'm being intimate with my homies. Like Scoot, like the amount of people that came and went, like is crazy when I'm actually like reminiscing about this right now because I'm just like, oh yeah, like my boy Scootsy and just like again John the engineer that I was bringing up, and then there's just like Ribs Chirino and Yuki Nojima and like B came in the early days to show support, but it was just like I could never give that support back because I was always on. Like I couldn't stream for 600 plus days and then like still sit in chat rooms. Like unfortunately, like I felt bad. Like
You were the provider. Like you couldn't consume. Period.
there,
You were the one that was providing.
Twitch etiquette does like suggest that like you scratch my back a little, I scratch your back. There's times when like Ribs would have raided me with like 70 people, and I would just be like, all right, I'm done with the stream, see you guys. And it was like I didn't have the Twitch culture where I was just like, I was like, yeah, we're gonna raid so and so, and because it always felt so like self-serving, because it's like, yeah, JJ just raided you. Oh, what were you doing, JJ? Oh, I was doing the grind to level 99. You should come in and check it out one day. Like I just didn't do any, like so much of it was just born out of like an organic kind of like nature where I would post on the Reddit every now and then just to give updates to people, and they would come through, and like Discords here and there, but like this was like our little bubble. This was like our little home, and it was like I still see this like challenge and grind like like in my head there's like like the Avengers or like Power Rangers, and like Zero's in there, Firefly, Lemon, Benji. Like there were just some staples of people that like completely made it possible. Like I understand why at the end of like concerts or like big things they're like, I couldn't have done any of this without you, like because it sounds so cheesy and cliche, but like I look back on it and I'm like, genuinely, like I couldn't have done this like without you guys, because it's such a big ask, and like I needed that spirit bomb energy. Like
It's really a stunning display of what community can do. It was like that's straight up just the enabling factor. Like we were giving you that spirit bomb. Like there was a large chunk of the middle I unfortunately missed out on just between those years being weird, or like I was busy with whatever in real life, but I was there that first day. I was there the last day. Happy to be there.
you were there for
just
Dark
being a
Souls.
part of
I
it.
remember you
Yeah, I was
being.
there
Yeah,
for
you
like
were
random
you
parts
were
of it for sure.
definitely there. That's 600 days. That's just a lot to
Yeah, I
miss.
mean,
That's
there's
like
let's
just the
let's be real. That's a
reality.
big spread.
Yeah, it's like even if you're there for 20 out of, that's still more than you could ask out of anyone. Like, so it was just crazy to meet all these people and like challenge myself and grow from all that. Like my mindset and discipline ever since then has just been like cranked up a notch or two, because it's just like I was like, if I could do this while working full time, taking on a new like position of like 3 different stores and like all kinds of shit while doing this grind, I was like, I feel like I could do pretty much anything as long as I kind of just like channel that same energy. And that's kind of been my philosophy the last like few years. I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just treat life as the FF9 grind or the FF6 grind, and just kind of like put my nose to the ground and save up for a house, and then just keep like just doing it. Just do it. If I have to do it for another 4 years, that's 2 years more than I spent in the mines. It's not
Yeah,
gonna
if you
like,
start today, then that's just one day closer.
yeah, and it's all just little bit by little bit by little bit, and that's pretty much how you do anything. So it's just it was an interesting time. Like there was a lot of growth. Like it's crazy because something like this could easily destroy a person. Like you can gain like
Could have made you hate video games. You
it
could have
could
just been like, "Fuck
I
this!
could have
I'm
gained
going
a
to
ton of
go live
weight.
in nature."
Yeah, like that might not have been the worst. But like but like I could have gained a ton of weight. I could have like isolated myself. I could have like just completely like went into the wrong direction, but I was like, no, I'm gonna like build off of this. Like I'm gonna
Yeah,
start
the
playing
spiritual
games.
fortitude is like I can't. I'm gonna keep bringing it up because that's exactly what it is. You are a spiritual warrior for this, and I don't
I,
care how cheesy that sounds. It takes a certain kind of discipline to get through something like this, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. I'll never forget Benji coming in just to ask you to play the random
Raspberry
paranormal
Beret.
videos.
Well,
That's
that
you
too.
probably.
Every time I hear Raspberry Beret on the radio, I clip it on my phone and send it to him.
I start getting flashbacks to the random streams where he would request it.
Yeah, he would request Castlevania Symphony and I Am the Wind. Like just the most random stuff, but like that was
Or
his
we'd have you
gimmick.
like eating saltines or something.
Yeah,
There's just little things.
I got
Memory.
my doing the dumbbell curls. Like I look at pictures from that era, and I was like, holy shit, my arm was like significantly bigger. Like I'm very lean.
Well, between that and the one-handed gaming.
Yeah, like I'm built like a chimpanzee. Like I have a lot of strength, but you wouldn't know just looking at me. But like with those dumbbells constantly like doing the reps because everyone kept redeeming them, I like look at a picture from that time and I'm like, holy shit! Like damn, like I need to get back on that. Whatever grind that was. Like, but
Jim
like
Red Arc.
yeah, right. Like the saltines, Benji bought me like an industrial case of them, and I put them in my closet for ease of access because people were redeeming that a lot, and I bought like an air freshener, and the saltines captured that air freshener, so they just got like rotten and stale with this orange chemical taste, and I'm like, yeah, I think we're done with the saltines. Like there's so many little micro memes and micro situations and like there's just so many. Does anything ring a bell for you, Zero, that maybe we didn't touch base on, or because we kind of combed through a lot of it. There, there's so many small moments that are lost to time, but are there any little things that might stick out to you as we kind of wrap this little nostalgia November up?
I think we touched on everything, really. I was just thinking of Benji's obsession with David Pilates, I think his name is.
Yeah, David Pilates. We would do what was his name? Hi, I'm Bob Gimlin. Like we would do the
That's
Bob
it.
Gimlin talk, David Pilates. We put a lot of paranormal like radio and talk show stuff on in the
Oh,
background.
I
Uh,
do remember as well
So many talk shows.
Bobby
Harmontown.
Lee and
oh
Andy
god,
Dick. That's how I discovered those comedians through you.
yeah, that was some rough. That was like rough Andy Dick territory. Like
Yeah, it was really rough. I was like, oh my god, this man's not okay.
it was our content. Like he was our clown for he suffered so we
Yeah.
could laugh.
Febreze saltines and Andy Dick, the two flavors that you were providing.
But yeah, yeah, like podcasts. I had you said Harmontown. I put real life sci-fi with Wade and Willie. There was just like we hate movies. Oh, giant woman. Like there were just so many podcasts and TV shows and games. Like this stream is like this was like me presenting myself to the world in essence. Like all these
I think,
games. Go on, go on.
and I was gonna say, I think the last thing, now you mentioned the TV show, I was reminded of the VHS tapes you showed.
Oh
There's like
yeah.
some old commercials and also your old Resident Evil speed runs as well.
Oh yeah. That was
Some from Disney World.
yeah. There was like I had Disney Channel recordings. Like so I brought out like the VCR and we started like playing VHS tapes. But there was like an old school like Disney Channel like 4 hour tape I had that had like crazy like commercials on it. I had sci-fi anime blocks with all the commercials with like sex hotlines that I was recording when I was like 10. There was just yeah, and we found
It was really just like everything that's like makes your spirit and essence, and it's like it became this whole like digital kaleidoscope of just like here's the collage of my life, here's my interests, and
That
I want to ask, since you were living this for so long, it became like such routine. Towards the end, when you saw the end in sight, like you're at level 98, you see the experience ticking down. How did you feel? Did you feel like you were reminiscing, like you were feeling like you didn't want it to end? Were you feeling like, oh, the end is finally in sight, I don't know what I'm going to do after this? Like talk me through what your mental was as you saw that light at the end of the tunnel.
so I remember exactly how I felt. Like once So I started slowing down a lot near that end part. It's like any visual novel or TV show, you kind of don't want it to end, but at the same time, this was something that like I could taste, like because it was just it was such an anchor like in my life, like it was such a ball and chain, like it held me down because like I didn't want to miss a day. I did not like I wanted to keep that streak going. So I sacrificed, and again, it was COVID, so that sacrifice was more of just me being like, I'm not going anywhere. You fucking crazy people! Like, no Thanksgiving dinners. Sorry, no Christmas. Like, I'm good. Like, we'll keep it to a minimum, but we don't know what's going on, and I'm not gonna take that risk. So like that really did help. But near the end, it was just like I was like, I have to finish this. I have to get to that finish line, and I will miss this routine that we're in because like there's these stages of grief or acceptance that you go through with this where it's like I started off manically strong and then I dipped a little bit and then I started like incorporating like this weird content flow and new people started coming in, so that was like a dopamine drop. But then like the mindset goes down after like a year and a half of it, and like it was just up and down. But like near the end I was like on a straight line where I was like, this is my life, like this is what I chose, this is what I'm doing, I've made it this far. I would be a fool to mess up my streak, I would be a fool to quit, I would be a fool to take a break. This was all just to one up that dick tree. Like everything that Cybershell goes over is like I went hard mode on it. I didn't miss a day. If I missed a day, I was done. Like, and there's unfortunately no real way to like truly verify that because all of this is lost to time. But like,
There's enough witnesses. I
there's
think we
plenty.
can attribute for it.
There's plenty of witnesses, and at the end of the day, I'm not trying to trace clout. Like, Dick Tree and Circle Master's life didn't really change after that Cybershell video. Like, I'd pop into Circle Master's stream and he'd be trying to stream FF9, getting Zidane in the forest to level 99, and it was taking him like 5 years. Like he was doing 20 minutes a day, once a week. I was just like, I no, like that's not no hard. We're doing hardcore mode, Steel Soul Run. Miss one day, you die. Like. That was my attitude, and so by the end I was just like I was happy and I was fulfilled, and I took like a month and a half off of Twitch just to like breathe and get back into like life stuff. And I went right back to Twitch after though, and many of the friends that I made still remain, maybe not as frequent as much, but like I get it. 5 years of 6 years, like that's a lot.
You were throwing a party for 2.5 years straight. It's like that's only to be expected. People had to go home at some point.
Pretty much, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That's a good question. Thank you.
Do you still have that Game Boy camera webcam set up?
Oh yeah, that was another crazy. That was wild too.
Just more flavors to go through for sure. Yeah.
So I did do the camera for a little bit. It was very on and off. At first I started off strong, but I'm just like that's so much work. Like I have to I work outside, so I'm like getting gross by the end of the day, and then I like have to hop on camera. I was like I'm good with this. But yeah,
the Game Boy camera hides the imperfections.
It does. All 4 frames too. Like but yeah, like I had this weird aha moment where I'm like laying in bed. I was like, what if I just used a Super Nintendo with the capture card and used a Super Game Boy and used it as my webcam? And sure enough, it worked, and it was badass. Like that alone,
and that kind of chimerical fusion, like your entire stream's essence was just making chimeras out of fucked up shit.
It was hilarious to pop in and like you see him go from his normal webcam like this 8-pixel webcam. Like, what the fuck happened
You
here?
don't know what you're gonna get every day you popped in there,
I remember
and you
bench.
can never take any of those experiences or growth away from you.
No, it was all special. I remember Benji kept being like, "Can you take that Game Boy camera webcam down? Like, I'll pay you. Like, this is making me sick." I'm like, "You're the only one complaining. Get out of here."
And
But
then
like,
again, spite just makes you go stronger.
keeps you alive, preserves you. Yeah. So I do still have, I got my Super Famicom with the Game Boy camera. Yeah, like I completely forgot about that. That was like a whole project within itself. There was just so many little projects that went on. Like the layering of, like, it's like an onion. Like it level 99 wasn't enough. Had to do it without missing. Had to do it, in my own weird way with playing another game. Uh, it was truly a special time. Like as we get older, I don't know how or when I'll ever be able to do something even as close to insane as this. Like,
It's such a specific pocket of time, like those
COVID
early
helped.
30s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
COVID helped too. Like, we were all just kind of like, what do we do? Like, we need to pass time everywhere. And that's another thing too. Like, the regulars that came in, it was COVID. Like, they were going to just hang out like that. It's crazy how COVID changed like how we hang out, and then once it ended, things changed back to normal. But there was that pocket of time, 2020 to 2020, like 223, was like, it was like we were all at a sleepover. Like you said, it was like a party for 2 years. Like, no one had work, no one had to be up at a certain time. We were all literally just like, everyone was
Period of
kind of
uncertainty.
working from home. Everyone, it was just like, it was like those childhood sleepovers where you'd hang out for like 4 days in the summer because
Yeah.
you had no
Eh,
other obligations, and you could just stay up till whenever, wake up till whenever, do whatever, because no one's expecting you to be an adult at that
Yeah, it
time
was
period.
uncharted territory feel again, where it's like, okay, well, we can do whatever we want, really? Okay, well,
Yeah,
let's
we're,
make something out of it.
we're
Let's make a
back,
little
baby.
unique little thing.
We're
Yeah.
back to those long summer nights of just like staying up, or winter break. That was the vibe I really like channeled, where it was just like, it's summer break, baby, and we're just gonna be up till 4 in the morning every day and sleep till God knows when, and no one can say anything. The obligations weren't there.
Yeah, it just became so much bigger than just FF6, but that was still weirdly like the glue that binded, and that was like the source of it all. It's very weird how that was like the core essence, and then like our surrounding it was all of this community and like these little events and games. There was just so much, and it's just like this big bang event for 2.5 years, and then suddenly it's gone and it was over. And if you were there, then you got to enjoy something really special. And if not, well, listen to these old timers
Yeah,
reminisce about it.
I do have the final moments uploaded on YouTube. So if you're listening to this, you have found the channel.
Yeah, the first day and the final moments.
Yeah, so it's funny how it's all kind of just like compacted in there. I did plan on uploading, but like, again, my original streams for like the first 2-3 months were like 12 hours straight. So I'd upload these 12-hour VODs to YouTube, and they would get flagged and taken down immediately because I was doing DJ requests. It was just like, it was never gonna be possible to truly be archived unless it was this sterile kind of like experience, and I did not want it to be sterile. I wanted it to be completely us, like, not like, oh, what does Twitch think, oh, what does this think, oh. It was just like, no, we do it, we do whatever. If my VOD gets taken down, that's fine. There's 600 other days. Like, it was just very much like, go with the flow. But yeah, I think really that covers everything that I'm sure there's going to be like 10 different things I'm going to think about like after this and be like, oh, that was so cool. We did like, oh, but
There's just so much. There's
There was
moments that are just endlessly gonna pop into your head. There's moments that are lost to time that like maybe you'll spark a memory when you like have a random scent or some memory that sparks to you
The
when
orange
just your
taste.
daily life.
The orange taste
You
and
smell some air.
saltiness.
Yeah, exactly. You smell some air freshener somewhere, and you're like, ah, yeah, that brings me back.
It's really funny because my association with this is finishing up Eden 8 Savage and Final Fantasy 14. And I'm like, yeah, that was that time, wasn't it? That was COVID.
Yeah, you can mark your accomplishments just like through these little landmarks of time.
That's how I do my life. Like someone will be like, "Was it
Mhm.
1989?" I'm like, "That's when Super Mario came out." Or
Yeah, that's the year I grinded this much. That's
I
the
was like,
year I beat this RPG.
I remember where I was in 1996. Ocarina of Time just came out, and I was stuck in the Water Temple in February, and
Exactly.
like it really hits it hits hard when you kind of like contextualize life in that kind of way, because you do remember
And
it.
it's even more potent when you have these events where it's like you climb this hill and you conquer something, whether it's like a self-imposed challenge or just something that's like been there or like something from the community, like, oh well, Dick Tree didn't do this, so I'm gonna pick up on it, like that kind of thing. So
Yeah, it's just endlessly layered. But yeah, that
the
is
moral of the story is if you have the drive to do something, just set out and do it. Just start doing it. As long as that thing isn't like murder or something, I
yeah.
guess.
Don't
Just
do
like
that.
The
keep your goals kind of in expectations here.
the real
Maybe
moral
keep
of
it
the
to video
story,
games.
the real moral of the story is fuck Dick Tree.
That's
Yeah, fuck Dick Tree.
fuck Dick Tree. I think that's a perfect way to end it. We went to and fro, and I'm sure if Lemon or Firefly or Benji were here, they would for sure throw out their 2 cents. But we are the gaming trio, and we'll just leave it at that. So, with all that said, yeah, I mean, thank you everyone for like sticking with me and going through all that. Genuinely, like, I don't think I ever really, maybe on the final day, I kind of gave a little speech where I was like, oh, thank you, blah, blah, blah. But like, you look back on it now and you look at like, I was just in Video Goop. He did the reset button and he drew my avatar. Like, I popped in the other day in his stream, like these are just people I've known for like 5, 6 years. Like I met B originally, like around that era, and I've been, a part of like that community and hanging out with them, which is always weird to see Crepes in there. I'm like, Crepes, how'd you get here? It's like, oh, I found it from the Breath of Fire playthrough. I'm like, that's so weird. The internet is smaller than it seems, but
The way we intersect with each other in little ways, such a
yeah.
funny little thing.
But yeah, that is my my little nostalgia November episode of the Final Fantasy VI grind. So yeah, thank you, and fuck Dick Tree.
Fuck 'em. Yeah, never stop grinding. Always believe in yourself, and that experience is never out of reach or whatever.
Something, something,
I once
something. Fuck Dick Tree.
Fuck
always
'em.
aim higher. Fuck Dick Tree.
Later.
Bye bye.
Later.